Alright guys, let's make this new update in the price of Bitcoin. It was a very volatile day yesterday, so I think it's worth doing this update in addition to the one which we had yesterday. So in a second I'll just check the sound and everything is okay. Yeah, it's okay. We'll go for it. Okay, so first of all, what happened is that due to the market general, like high liquidity market volatility, because of the new data of CPI, consumer price index, was released, and we had a very sharp candle here on the S&P 500. Equities were moved pretty much. In fact, that was one of the biggest moves recently. 5% volatility a day. It was decline first. In fact, that was not very great data. CPI, and we saw that the pre-market dropped a lot, and then it was so fast recovered, and eventually we actually hit a new local high. So apparently Bitcoin also did the same thing, pretty much the same thing. So we saw this drop, and then finally the recovery. Now we are trading around $20,000, so 19,600, and we had a lot of volume from that drop. And moreover, that drop was also below the support area, which we were talking many times so far. We've been talking about it. And that was a very sharp candle as well, with the low shadow here, which means that we potentially, and if you look at the daily time frame, it's even more pronounced, which means that we are in the upside momentum, pretty strong. And what I was going to do, and in fact, although we had this test yesterday, it was potentially being a chance to much lower decline. It didn't happen, and that is because, just again, we had this strong support. Somebody did buy that liquidity, and after it happened, we see that rise, and moreover we returned back in this range, which is again a good sign for the bulls. And potentially the next thing that we're doing, we're basically testing again $20,000. The more often we test, the more likely, the more number we test with, the more likely it is broken. Every time when we move back to the support, there's a higher chance to break it. In fact, it happened, and every time we move up to the resistance, which happens just recently, we are having a higher chance to break it. And that, I would say that the likelihood for this to happen completely for the new trend, resulting in a new trend, is very high. So you can check the volatility is being very low. I think that as soon as we are going above the middle line of the Bollinger Bands, at some point we will see that the price going higher than that. We see the major trend change, although I still don't think that we are hitting the absolute low for this cycle. I think that 10,000 or maybe like $13,000 is the low, which is conservatively could be expected, but so far we didn't hit it there. I think it's still there. I think we still should see it. And one of the scenarios which I am currently thinking about is to see the correction of the previous drop and some rise to above certain highs, maybe this high as well, and after that we finally see some drop, because this consolidation is still not enough lengthwise, and that was proven before with different markets, with different cycles, and so on and so forth. So guys, that is pretty much it, what I was going to say today, and I guess let's meet next week on Monday or Tuesday. Until then, wish you safe trading. Have a great weekend. See you next video. Goodbye.